Alright, welcome back. So, I wanted to show you guys something that I was able to kind of get to pop up here. This came up after I told it to activate the feature for the Ember Court.
Hair is quite unruly today.
My dear Nixon, I have heard a delightful rumor that you are considering hosting a new court in Sinfall. If that is true, you simply must permit me to recommend staff to help you host a perfect court. He pulls long parchments out of his pockets. I have been developing ranked lists for every court staff position since the moment I set foot in Sinfall. I do not wish to be a braggart, but courts are kind of my specialty.
If you discover my shirt...
I am tingling with excitement. This news cannot wait. My dear Renathal, the rumors are true. We will be hosting court here in Sinfall.
I believe you started most of these rumors yourself, Theotar. Still, I too am quite pleased, although I will be reliant on you to refresh my knowledge of courtly etiquette.
My existence before this moment has been but a rehearsal. I will teach you everything you need to know. First, we will require more tea. All of the tea.
I imagine Renathal's like, oh dear lord, what am I going to do? So now we have to go around and recruit the people that Theotar wants us to get for the court. Picky Stefan with an enchanted quill. What are we, back in Suramar?
You make me miss my mortal body.
He stops dictating to the floating scroll nearby and looks at you. Yes? Do you also have thoughts on the complex aroma of this steak? Actually, I need you to coordinate the refreshments for our new court.
No one comes to Revendreth by accident.
Of course, only the finest ingredients will be used. Fresh meats, imported produce, only the cleanest treasures waiters. I will be our harshest critic and strongest advocate. Alright, I think we have to head downstairs. We gotta go ask the accuser to help with this.
Every soul can be redeemed, if it desires to be.
I need you to coordinate all the logistics for our new
I
court.
see.
I will do no such thing. The troubled souls require my full attention. However, if the prince requires these duties to be performed... Temo! The one and only Sin Herald at your service, accuser. Your services as the Sin Herald are not required here. You will assist the Mawwalker with coordinating a new court. He looks confused when he pulls a party hat off of his belt and puts it on. The Party Herald is now on duty. You can count on me, Mawwalker. I'm the best at whatever I do. The accuser smirks. Do have fun. Look at her getting out of this. Very clever, accuser. Very clever. If you didn't want to be involved, you could have just said so.
I said you was a Mawwalker. How's that work?
Hips. Look at the shades he's wearing. You ever see the last Chalice band play music? Moving stuff, real halting melodies? I'm starting to read in their biography. Finally a book worth reading to read for. I need you to coordinate the entertainment for our new court.
Master's watching. Always watching.
Oh, I'm surprised you trusted Dredger with a job like that. Must have been Theotar told you, yeah? That Fang knows town when he sees it. I got you covered. Now let's see. Last but not least, Lord Geradon.
We have eternity to know you.
Ah, Mawwalker, we were just talking about you. To what do we owe the honor? I need you to coordinate the guest list for our new court.
Going so soon?
It would be an honor to assist you and Prince Renathal. My extensive network of contacts and humble diplomatic skills are at your service. And of course, I will make certain that all of you are included on the guest list as well. Ooh, this is going to be the hottest court in Revendreth. I cannot wait to tell Lady Lorraine about this. Oh, pardon me, I may have done the voice of a lady there for a male. So now we get to go meet them in the tower above Sinfall. Oh, the tower where the book is.
The party has arrived.
Ooh, Ember Court reputation. A dredger pool allowing you to choose decorations for your court. I can use anima for this. A guardhouse at your Ember Court allowing you to hire security for your court. Interesting. Bouncers. An altar of accomplishment to your court allowing you to show off your accomplishments in the Shadowlands for various bonuses. Huh. Aha. There's that back piece. Dreadbat harness. Huh. Another mount. Letter of note. Premier Party Planner. Builds a dredger pool and a guardhouse, allowing you to choose decorative themes and hire security for a court.
The party herald's got this covered.
This court isn't going to throw itself. Let's get to work.
This next Ember Court is going to be great.
Look, Venthyr have been throwing fancy courts for themselves ever since they were created. It won't always be easy to impress them within our own court. Don't worry, I've got a plan. I've scheduled a rehearsal court for us to learn the ropes during a practice run. You, me, Renathal, and a few socialites from the Covenant who are eager to help us succeed. Relax, it'll be fun.
The party herald's got this covered.
Okay. So, what is the Ember Court?
Venthyrs have always used extravagant courts and decadent parties to impress potential allies and grow their influence across Revendreth. Prince Renathal is holding court here in the Ember Ward, atop Sinfall, to do just that. Expand the influence of our covenant by winning over the movers and shakers of Revendreth and all of the Shadowlands. We will establish ourselves as the primary source of our power in Revendreth. Of course, with so many different personalities attending our Ember Court, it's going to be difficult to keep them all happy. I want to ask something else. All right, let's begin the scenario. Let's actually try this out.
Ember Court is going to be great. They'll be telling
It is time to mingle and schmooze. Rub elbows.
Ooh, court atmosphere. Your activities during the court adjust the court atmosphere. Each guest prefers a certain type of court atmosphere. Match your guest's preference to increase your reward. Cleanliness level. Your court may be messy or clean. This bar shows you the balance between the two. Temel prefers a clean court. Let's go walk with Temel to the refreshments area.
Candles to the patio. Chairs to refreshments. Lanterns to the stage. You go, boss. There you are, Malwalker. I could use your help hosting this rehearsal for our Ember Court. I've got every dredger working to make this place perfect for Prince Renathal. But it's a mess. We've got to clean it up before we can have a real court here. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. I invited some of the Covenant members up here as a trial run.
You two take the South Patrol. I will deal with the civilians.
Oh, don't mind the socialites. We should focus on impressing the most important guests. I'd feel better about this rehearsal court if the refreshments area was a bit cleaner. Help me out and clean out some of these piles of rubble, will you? It looks better already. I love a clean court.
Oh, quick cleanup. Limited time to help clean up the court before time arrives. Before the first guest arrives. Okay. I must clean the place before the first guest arrives.
Nice hustle. Clean up the rest of it before our guests arrive.
I'm working on it. It's that little, flight of the bumblebee you do before you have your guests arrive at your home for the, for dinner or whatever. You're like, quick, clean everything, quick.
We'll clean the rest later. Prince Renethal should be here soon with a special guest.
Prince Renethal's bringing a guest? Oh, dear. I shall prepare a special refreshment.
If you got any tea in that shack, Stefan, I'm sure our guest will appreciate it.
A gentleman of taste? I shall prepare a pot of my finest tea.
Good. He'll like that.
Oh, it doesn't give me a well-fed bonus. Boot the Butte. He's the exterior decorator. Oh, that's funny. An overflowing chalice. Ooh. My. Most power costs are reduced by 100%. Cooldown recovery rate is increased by 50%.
Here comes Prince Renethal with our special guest.
I am impressed, Temple. You and the Mawwalker have already made vast improvements. It seems the socialites and nobles are having a good time as well, even if our own Watchmaster is not. I serve where I'm needed. Theotar, you have always enjoyed the gaiety of social functions as this. What do you think? Are we ready to open the Ember Court to outsiders? Well, it is certainly a start, my dear prince. But I must admit that those in the most influential circles are accustomed to more formal affairs.
Formal? We can do formal. Mawwalker, serve the Theotar a cup of our most expensive tea.
My dear Temel, how did you know that most expensive is my favorite flavor? Oh. Another pot in case it is needed. Teapot temperature. Formality level. Your court can be casual or formal. This bar shows you the balance between those two attributes. Theotar prefers a formal court. Watchmaster Baromad prefers the opposite, a casual court.
It is a pleasure, Mawwalker.
Oh, wait.
I warn you.
Silly me.
I tolerate no bamboozlement. But I can...
Thank you, Mawwalker. It is important to maintain proper etiquette in court, no matter where it is located. Everyone should have a cup of tea. Start with our gloomy Watchmaster. Surely he will appreciate being included in the court formalities.
True, Venthyr.
I don't know. Theotar, Baromad doesn't seem to be big on formalities.
I have no interest in the silly formalities of court. If you're trying to improve my mood, go duel one of my new recruits.
May the stone right carve you.
A couple of fights would be a nice change from this formal affair.
Not everyone likes the same things that you do, Theotar. We need to tailor our court to each guest.
Darkest greetings, Mawwalker.
Now that was
Fun! Every court should have less tea and more fighting. My dear Watchmaster, I must insist that you are mistaken. I have attended the finest courts in all of Revendreth, and
The point is, Mallwalker, that everyone likes a different type of court. Activities that makes one guest happy make another uncomfortable. When there is direct conflict like with Theotar and Watchmaster, you'll need to choose between which guest you wish to focus your efforts on.
Enough lecturing, Temel. Let the Mallwalker enjoy the rehearsal.
Yes, but do try to clean as you go. The treasures made new messes.
I shall call you all up to the tribute stage in a few minutes for the closing ceremony.
Alright, let's see.
The living in the land of the dead. Dark times.
What a spicy aroma. You would make
Sin shall we redeem first?
The Master is watching.
I hear you've seen the Master. Did he mention me?
What sin shall we redeem first?
It has been so long since I laid hands on a living mortal. Are you in a rush?
And what secret shall be your soul's?
So I am probably gonna have to figure out, like, which guest to do this for. But I guess I'm gonna have to also want to know, like, why should I appeal to a certain guest over another? I'm sure that that part has got to be explained. Because otherwise, it's just like, okay, just pick either casual or formal. Like, you know, doing stuff to make everything clean.
Oh, what good, clean fun.
See, even Renethal likes it being clean. But what I'm wanting to know is, like, is there going to be a reason to choose between either formal or casual in terms of the guests? Now, personally, I do prefer a more casual, you know, gathering instead of incredibly formal. But that's just me on my own personal preferences. When it comes to a gameplay feature like this, it's like, okay, is there going to be like an actual reason to do so? Like, if we appeal to a certain guest over another, does that give us different benefits or help us win a certain guest over to our side that, you know, gives us a particular benefit, you know?
Do you seek redemption?
Approach.
I'll go ahead and try to appeal to, you know,
Have you come to
Theotar
confess?
by making this a bit more formal.
I should have brought my formal coat.
Approach freely. We have eternity to know you.
Would you care for a cup of tea?
It has been so long since I laid hands on a living mortal.
Well,
Are you in a rush?
darkest greetings.
Welcome.
And what secret shall be your soul's undoing?
30 seconds. Is there any more that I could clean up here? I don't think there is.
Thank you all for attending the Ember Court.
Thank you all for the wonderful contributions made to ensure this rehearsal was a success. Over time, this court will allow us to win over hearts and minds from across the entirety of the Shadowlands. I believe the Mawwalker should have the honor of receiving tribute at this inaugural court. He earned it. A wonderful formal court. Gubbins and Tubbins simply must come to the next one.
Everything is so clean. The grounds will be ready in no time.
Of course, Temel. Begin coordinating the invitations to our first outside guests. The Ember Court is officially open. Certificate of Completion. This certificate signifies that the bearer has sufficient skills to hold an Ember Court after successfully making the Tea Party Herald happy in the course of their trial soiree. Final guest moods. Clean. Elated. And Boromod was miserable. But that's unfortunately how it's gonna go. So. I may not enjoy attending courts as well as Theotar, or be as eager to organize them as Temel, but I am confident in my own abilities. I have been fervently winning over allies since the dawn of this realm. The Ember Court will be a powerful tool in increasing the renown and influence of our covenant. I am pleased to have you by my side in this next great endeavor. I'm ready to leave.
Drow.
How are we going to top that last Ember Court?
That went surprisingly well, all things considered. You and I have a real knack for this party planning stuff. We're ready to prepare our first real Ember Court.
The Herald's got this covered.
Oh my goodness.
We should always serve refreshments in the Ember Court, tailoring our choice of refreshment type to the preferences of our guests. Luckily, I know our first guest well. Like Theotar, he prefers it to be formal. Work with Picky Stefan to acquire everything that we need to throw a fancy tea party. Everyone loves entertainment. Our first guest is from the Halls of Atonement, so he will certainly appreciate a presentation of the powerful rituals that the Accuser is capable of. Work with Hips to acquire everything that we need to host atoning rituals at the Ember Court. Prince Renethal will wish to invite certain guests to each Ember Court. In the future, we'll be able to adjust the guest list to make it easier to please everyone in attendance. But we should follow the Prince's lead on this one. Work with Lord Garridan and Lady Ilinka to ensure that Crypt Keeper Kassir is able to attend and returns his RSVP. If you haven't met Crypt Keeper Kassir yet in your adventures, you may need to introduce yourself before he'll listen to you.
This next Ember Court is going to be crazy.
Very familiar with our first guest, so I know exactly what type of court he will like. Coordinate with our staff to acquire the contracts and RSVPs, and I'll take care of the rest.
Figures. First new soul I see.
I'm afraid that Theotar drank our entire supply of tea during the rehearsal. We shall need to speak with his dredgers who seem to always have another kettle ready on the fire. So it looks like as we continue, we can be able to acquire other types of refreshments. So the first ones we have here is Tubbins Tea Party, Undiscovered. Theotar's eclectic dredgers are famous for hosting wonderfully fancy tea parties. Speak with Tubbins and the Ember Ward to earn this contract. Divine Desserts. Host your first court to access this contract. Mushroom Surprise. Upgrade your kitchen staff to access this refreshment option. Speak with Temel in the tower above Sinfall to upgrade. So I have to go talk with them in order to... I like how the Ember Court symbol on the minimap is like a glass of wine.
Or anima. Blood. What?
Oh, something new.
Crypt Keeper Cassier.
You must see my tailor.
We have not received Crypt Keeper Cassier's RSVP. Would you kindly visit him and resolve whatever is preventing his attendance? According to my records, he can usually be found near the crypts at the Halls of Atonement. I am happy to provide you with further information if required. Just simply ask.
Oh. Something.
I have always believed that it is easy to win others over to your side. Simply find out what they want and then give it to them. So how do I earn a guest RSVP? Well, Lord Garridan's guest list should include basic information about where to find each of the potential attendees. After speaking with Lord Garridan, you will receive your own copy of the guest list so that you may review it at any time. We will also mark your map with the locations of any guests that you have discovered who have not RSVP'd yet. To earn a guest RSVP, simply travel to their marked location on your map and complete whatever tasks that they may require of you. If you have not yet encountered a potential guest, you will be unable to earn their RSVP until you discover them, typically by adventuring in their realm. Again, Lord Garridan's guest list should detail any work required for you to earn their RSVP. Okay? How do I make guests happy? As you might imagine, each guest prefers a certain type of court. Some prefer fancy and formal affairs, while others feel more at home in a casual or dangerous setting. Our job as hosts is to create a court atmosphere that our guests will enjoy. We can do this by choosing amenities, such as the entertainment and refreshments that match the preferences of our guests. We can also participate in activities during the Ember Court to further create the perfect court for each guest's taste. If you're unsure what type of court that a guest prefers, refer to the Ember Court guest list created by Lord Garridan. And why would I want to make them happy? Well, Prince Renethal is holding these Ember Courts in order to curry favor and win over influential denizens of the Shadowlands. If our guests go away unhappy, we have missed our objective. In addition, each guest will pay tribute to the prince when they leave the court. The happier the guest is, the more tribute they will offer. I am certain that will intrigue you. It does. Well, that certainly answered my question.
You must see my tailor. They can make you something that will fit just right.
Well, in that case, I shall see your tailor as soon as possible. Hey, Hips.
How much for your teeth?
You have to accuse her ritualers with whatever they need, and they will help us in return. Got it? So, atoning rituals. Helping souls along their journey towards atonement is Revendreth's most timeless court activity. The accuser will be happy to oblige. Speak with Gresset in the crypt to earn this contract. Obviously, I would have had to have done the side quest. So this is an interesting way to get them to get you to do some of the side quests that you probably haven't done yet. Glimpse of the Wilds. Host your first court to access this contract. Lost Chalice Band. Upgrade your stage staff to access the contract.
See you around, if you live.
Okay. Well, it seems we have to do a bit of running around to prepare for an Ember Court. So we will do that when we return. Stay tuned.